What's good? It's me, the Climbing Gym Rat, and I'm going to be sharing and breaking down my list of the 10 greatest speed climbers of all time based on their accomplishments, consistency, dominance, impact, and overall speed. In 10th, I have 6-time world record breaker Kiromal Katibin of Indonesia. Katibin has broken the world record more times than any man on Earth. He single-handedly dropped the world record from 5.2 to 5.009 over the course of 2 seasons. Say Veddriq, his contributions to lowering time between the Olympics and the Chinese skip were unparalleled. Most notably was his mastery of the Indonesian top. Katibin's 5.01 Indonesian is still the fastest ever recorded, and though the Indonesian climbing team is rather secretive about their development of the skip, Katibin undoubtedly played a critical role in bringing the move and Indonesia to the cutting edge of the sport. In 9th, I have world record holder Sam Watson of the United States. Since his legendary sub-5 unofficial world record in April of 2023, Sam has been the pioneer of ultra-fast times in comps and practice alike. He has a smooth, hypnotizing style that shatters the rough, jerky violence most people associate with speed climbing. He is focused in on biomechanics to a degree that's just obsessive, and it's paid off in 4 world records and an active overall title. Most recently, he pioneered the 14 skip, which is quickly becoming the new meta. Sam's still so young, so I'm super excited to see the modern golden boy of speed climbing push his way up this list over the coming years. In 8th, I have 2-time Olympic finalist Bassa Mawem of France. Bassa retired at the Paris Olympics after a cracked 13 years. He never clutched a world championship despite appearing in 7 finals, but he took 3 world medals in 2 years, including back-to-back overall titles. This was all building up to the Olympics, where he made finals and set an Olympic record of 5.45. This run became the face of speed climbing online. Bassa's lanky, explosive style just looked so superhuman. He invented an alternative start to the traditional, dubbed the Bassa. Though it is considered obsolete post-Samoa, it started the trend of hard moves being favored over easy ones on the speed wall. Go watch AJ's video for more on that, link in the description. It's famously tragic how Bassa was injured before his finals appearance at the Tokyo Olympics, but his Paris story is a glorious comeback. Against the odds, he won the European qualifier in Rome in 2023, at the age of 38. Once he announced that Paris would be his last comp, I think the expectation was that his hometown Olympics would be nearly a formality given his age, then 39. But he came in and actually made finals, while being over 2 decades senior to the world record holder. That was such a cool send-off to the GOAT of French speed. In 7th, I have the Persian Cheetah, Reza Alipour Shanazandafard of Iran. Reza is probably the most iconic speed climber of all time. Everything about this dude, from his long-standing world record, nearly 1,500 days, to his clutch world championship, to his unbelievable build, exudes a mythical aura. 25 IFSC podiums and 5 world medals were in the hands of this dude, but after missing out on the world championship final in 2023, after making 5 in a row, it seemed like he was finally slowing down. Then, he decided to cut 6.2% off his PR in 3 months and shove himself back into the world top 5. To me, this was the greatest achievement of Reza's career. Go watch my video on the 20 fastest male speed climbers of 2025 for more info on this, but for now, I'll just say that it seemed like his glory days were behind him. Gone were the grit and grind of the 2010s bodybuilders, outpaced by the biomechanical expertise and fast twitch muscles of the new kids. But from nothing, Reza pulled greatness again. In 6th, I have the big man of speed climbing, Danyil Boldyrev of Ukraine. Considering how much weight he's pulling, Danyil is probably the most powerful speed climber of all time. It's so impressive how he can keep up with these light, tiny dudes, throwing his 6'3" frame into orbit. After his legendary late career world championship in 2021, he was getting ready to retire. He had caught 2 world championships, an overall title, and a record-matching 9 world medals. He was a legend in the sport, but there was one more title he could clutch. Since 2013, he had medaled at 5 consecutive European championships, but it was too late. Surely he was too old, too big, too washed. Nah, not for Danyil. He won the European championships and retired the following year. In 5th, I have the original member of the Sub-5 club, Veddriq Leonardo of Indonesia. Veddriq has just been demonically speedy and altruistically consistent for 4 years running now. I put him as the most capable speed climber on the planet after 6 perfect runs in Shanghai, 6 perfect runs in Budapest, and 6 perfect runs to his Asian Continental record and gold medal in Paris. Veddriq, along with Kiromal, was a pioneer for the Indonesian, throwing power and quickness into the wall, dropping towards 5 seconds. Then, when the Chinese became the meta, he picked it up faster than anything and dominated with that too. He choked his first seed at the World Champs, and after pulling uninspiring performances in Wuyang and at his home comp in Jakarta, Sam and Pang Wu stepped into the limelight. It finally seemed like Veddriq lost his unbelievably long streak of dominance, but as I mentioned earlier, when it really mattered, he clutched up and delivered the best series of performances of his life. That's 5 world medals in 4 years. He is the best modern speed climber. In fourth, I have the original member of the Sub-6 Club. He competed for a legendary 14 seasons and qualified for 7 World Championship finals. He collected 44 international medals, 18 with the UIAA and 26 with the IFSC. 8 of these were world medals, including a gold at the 2005 World Championships and overall titles in 2008, 2006, and 2005, not to mention 2 European titles. He also invented a niche start beta which shares his last name. He was really the first great speed climber and one of the first ever speed specialists. He would be my pick as the grandfather of speed climbing, even though he's only 38, somehow younger than Bassa Mawem. Where others saw a gimmick for technique lacking boulderers, he saw a whole new sport, something that could be trained and perfected. In third, I have 11-time world record breaker Iuliia Kaplina of Russia. She is the record for the most world record breaks, along with 52 IFSC medals. If Russia weren't banned from the IFSC, this number would definitely be high enough to hold the record. 11 of these 52 were world medals, another record, and one of them was the overall title in 2016. Iuliia's finally started to slow down. She's nearing 2 years without a PR, but it's so impressive that she held on so well whilst being out of the circuit for 3 years. Iuliia was really admirably committed to pushing the sport towards being a true speciality, studying and improving in ways beyond the basic resistance training that was common for girls at the time. The top 2 are both so amazing, but it's nearly impossible to decide between them. Luckily, they're in different categories, so I can cop out and present one as the GOAT of women's speed climbing and one as the GOAT of men's speed climbing. For women, I have Olympic gold medalist Aleksandra Mirosław of Poland. Ola Mirosław's dominance is so impressive because she is far and away the best in an era where speed climbing is already a specialized, highly studied sport. She's broken the world record 10 times, and I have no doubt that she'll break it again, next time below 6. She has the record for the most IFSC medals by a speed climber with 53. Over 10 fearsome years, she's demonstrated unparalleled quickness, consistency, and drive in a beautiful symphony of successive successes. She's seized 7 world podiums, 2 Euros, 3 youth world titles, and a breathtaking back-to-back world championship run. It seems to culminate in her Olympic gold medal last year, but I don't think her career's done yet. She's never won an overall title, but she certainly doesn't need to prove that she can, as she once won 8 individual World Cups in a row over 4 years. I'm so excited to see how much further Mirosław can drive herself in the sport. Ale. Alright, my pick for the greatest male speed climber of all time is, of course, 5-time world champion Zhong. In his prime, Qin had a chokehold on the sport like nothing I have ever seen. Though his times might not have been, his technique and biomechanical insights were decades ahead of their time. Qin probably has the most impressive mental of any athlete in any sport that I've ever witnessed. When it matters, he just doesn't mess up. For the uneducated, Qin won 5 world championships in a row from 2007 to 2012, then came back to win an overall title in 2015. These were just the most impressive of his 9 world medals and 36 total IFSC medals, including one in 2019, 13 years after his first World Cup. Then what? Did he enjoy his retirement as the undisputed GOAT? Nah, he went to work for the Chinese school, where he still works today, and where he played a critical role in the development of the Chinese skip. The Chinese skip is now the unequivocally agreed on master meta for the top of the wall. He is just a divine gift to be able to perform as a top level competitor in the first few eras of speed climbing, then to coach the next generation through the new, ultra complicated era. China is currently the most capable speed climbing nation, and Zhong is their head coach. Gambare. Thanks for watching. Please vent your disagreements in the comments, it helps with the algorithm. Like and subscribe to see more content like this from the world-leading expert in top-level competition climbing, and check out AJ's video on the history of speed climbing in the description. It provides a ton of helpful background information to the journey of these incredible athletes. See ya!